Next module lesson for superior singing is the warm-up exercise, mum, octave and a half scale.
Hopefully you've gone through day 1 and day 2. So you got the humming exercise and you got the lip rolls, and hope you're doing those. You've done those, every day so far, and I want you to do those again today. So these are building, they're accumulating. So you're doing now, after today, you're going to do these 3 every day, and after tomorrow, 4 every day, and 5 every day. So those of you who are, fast learners, or you just, overachievers, and you want to get to the next one and get to the next one, I totally get that. That's actually my personality. But again, the best thing for you to do is to build this over time. Don't worry, this course is going to get more and more advanced, more and more harder, and a bigger workload. So, like I said before. But this next one is, these are mums, mum, 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 mum. This is a great exercise because what it does, what it helps to do is keep vocal fold closure in the higher notes. I'm just going to explain a little bit about that. When you get to the higher notes, what tends to happen is your vocal cords, to get a good vocal sound, your vocal cords kind of act like my fingers here. They kind of, you go, like the air will blow through your vocal cords and they'll come apart. But in order to get a good vocal sound, you want to keep them together. That's how you get the that's how you get the singing tone, is when you get the most amount of vibration from the larynx to your vocal cords. But then when you get into higher notes, sometimes you get into that kind of falsetto thing where it goes so this one will help you to mum, 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 mum. That m, kind of like the n, does the same thing, but that mum, 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 it'll help you kind of keep those vocal cords closed on the way up, and that's kind of what you want. So, so yeah, that's the third exercise. What I want you to do is do this. I had you do the lip rolls. If you notice in the exercise, they were done on an octave scale. I want this one to be done, and I've got it down there for you to do on an octave and a half scale. So we're starting to get a little broader, more notes at a time, kind of beginning to kind of stretch out that range. But again, I don't want you to force and push, because that is just going to damage your voice. Get into it slowly. It's okay. It takes time. Your voice is a muscle, and it takes time to develop and to become what you want it to be, to get the best the best sound out of it. You want it to function at that most optimal levels, and it'll do that. But over time, if you force it, it's going to tense up, and it's not going to be what you want it to be. So, like I said, we're building a foundation. So this is the third one. So what I have below, and what I want you to do is the hums every day. I want you to do the lip rolls now every day, and now I want you to add the mums to it every day. So go ahead and do that now, and then I'll see you on day 4.
Hums every day, lip rolls every day, now mums every day. We did an octave originally. Now we're broadening to an octave and a half for mums. And to get that resonant sound, you have folds in your vocal cords. Falsetto, where you start to, your voice summarily is falling through the gaps of the vocal cords of what would be resonant. Falsetto. Let's see what's going on here. Here we go. Mum. Octave and a half scale. He's got male vocal exercises and female vocal exercises. And let that load. Over time to be told, lead. Told and lead, LED. I told the Lord, I told the low road by leading. The past tense of lead. It's only loading partially. I wonder. Let's see. Anyway, we'll start.
This is mum on an octave and a half scale. This is mum on an octave and a half scale. This is mum on an octave and a half scale. This is mum on an octave and a half scale. This is mum on an octave and a half scale. This is mum on an octave and a half scale.
Can I just say, I'm feeling the exercise because I'm kind of like kind of like almost tired of the architecture of just saying mum because I'm not used to it. Let's try this again. Shall we? I'm feeling a hot spot right there. Push the lip back. Alright, where was I? Started without me. There's no voice. Come on, really? We need some help here.
This is mum on an octave and a half scale. This is mum on an octave and a half scale.
Right up in the middle. So I've kind of found the range. I found a range that I could hear myself be better at. So I've been clicking back in the module to repeat that. It's hard to pick up your mums just right in the middle. Obviously, I could use some practice. I have no problem doing cartoon characters in a strong voice. To seriously sing? for polished presentation purposes. I don't know, on a theater or a stage. That would be unheard of in my mind. Usually because there's not a stage in my mind. There's not a theater, and for me to sing is to sing on a stage out there, and I already know, at least I did for much of my life, that I didn't work on presentation. There's no one to sing to. Okay? But for these purposes, a leg up, I kind of, it's a make do catharsis, a release of energy. I'm doing something other than just breathe, read. There's a little purpose to the exhalation and inhalation, even if I'm lame to start. It's the growing awareness. It's all inherent to the process and process. To start is to start stark.